Hey, what's up? It's Josh from the Quick Speed Shop. Here we go. Another Dodge video. Let me get over here. Furnace are running. Sorry, it's cold out again. It's wintertime. Anyways, working on Dodge stuff. Right here, I've got the donor cab to go in my truck. Oh no, what happened here? That got smashed. Anyways, I got distracted. Hold on a second. So, if you're new to the build series, I'm building a 1980 Dodge step-side 3/4 ton W200. And it's all disassembled right now. You can go back and watch the videos, but it's all disassembled, and the cab is junk, so I've got a donor cab. What I got here is a 1988 donor cab from Florida. It's got the tag on it. We could decode that. If Mark Mormon is here, we could do the autopsy report. That's the end. I know that. The last code, we could read all the codes, but anyways, let me get over here. It's an 88 Dodge. Last time I was on the road was an 09, and the truck, I guess, originally came from Florida, so it's in really nice shape. The rockers, there's no rust in the rockers or the cab corners or anything. Everything is mint and cherry. A little bit of surface rust on the floor. We're going to clean that up. I've got a 75 Adventure seat package in here. They came out of my parts truck. It's got it was a mouse house, but it's got the original. The seats are junk, but luckily the center piece is good. And check this out. This is what Dodge gives you when you get a here, hold on, let me clip you over here so I can show you. This is what Dodge gives you when you put the Venture seat package in. They take this really heavy bracket made out of 1/8 inch steel, and it bolts to the cab like this, and then look. Boom, that's what holds your seat back from flipping over. I pulled that out of the 75. But that's the darnest thing. Guess they weren't worried about weight in the 70s. That's crazy. But I think I'm going to put the Adventure seat in here. I've got some leather Jeep Grand Cherokee buckets that are, they're not black. This is black, but they're like a really dark gray. And they're leather, and they're in pretty nice shape. And the original seat for the truck I'm restoring is just a bench, and it's all shot on that side. So I think I'm going to put the buckets in here on the Adventure bracket. So that's why this is sitting in here. But I need to get this cab, start working on this thing. I strip all this nonsense off. I actually want to paint it. I'm building the truck as a beater, but I don't want a white cab on my brown truck. And so I'm going to get some Sunfire Brown Metallic and scuff it and shoot it. And you Dodge guys that have these know in 1981 they changed the profile of the roof of the cab. It's taller here. I can't go out and show you the other truck right now because it's dark, but the 80 and down trucks are about 1/2 inch shorter than this, and the roof slopes off real short here. It doesn't have this big crown in the back. They bumped the roof height up for whatever reason in 1981 just to update their design. So that's a dead giveaway that the cab would be changed. So I'm thinking about going, I believe up here, there's spot welds all along this gutter all the way around. And actually there's a little hole here I gotta fix. But there's spot welds all the way around here, and that spot welds in here. I think I'm gonna liberate this roof section, cut the roof skin off the original cab, and I'm gonna put the right roof profile on this cab. Call me crazy. I'm sure 99% of the people wouldn't notice, but it's bugging me, and I think I have the technology to do it. What I think I'm going to do once I'm going to take the old roof, the rusty cab. I'm going to take that roof skin off first to make sure I don't ruin this cab. I'll practice on that one, but I think I can drill all spot welds out. I can cut it along here, get this off. And then I can take the new epoxies that they put roof skins and door skins on with, panel bond adhesive, and I'll panel bond in here and glue the original 80 roof skin onto the cab. I might have to weld it on the back here. I think I can overlap it and glue it if I leave like a little seam and glue it over this. I think I can glue the whole thing on a panel bond adhesive and save all the welding and warping. But that roof isn't perfect. This one's pretty mint, but the problem with these Dodges is they get moisture inside. You see the surface rust there, and I'm pretty sure these are bare metal up inside there. So I want to take the skin off anyways and be able to encapsulate, paint the inside of the roof and everything, just to keep the cab from rotting out, because the other one is up there. So anyways, we're gonna do that sometime. But what I want to do probably today is work on cleaning this out. I'm gonna bust all this old seam sealer out here. A lot of it's cracked up. The floor is still solid. It's pitted, but it's solid. I'm gonna take my needle descaler and descale all this, and then wire wheel it or whatever. Get all the loose rust off of everything, and then I'm gonna put some rust converter on it. And I'll probably paint the two rusty areas with rust encapsulator. It looks like somebody put some heavily rusted metal primer down at some point. That saved it. Also got to do some surgery. Here, hold on. Let me take the seat out and I'll show you. Well, this is a two-wheel drive cab. And the problem with it is we're going to put it on a four-wheel drive truck, and the hump in the floor is not big enough. Now I cut the floor hump out of the 80. That goes there, but you can see just how much larger this is. E-brake cable's in the way. Here's the gas pedal. So see all this neck's down. This also had an automatic transmission in it. I assume a 4-speed automatic, but if we line this up here, look how far. I mean, this is 8 inches over from the tunnel that way, and it's a little bit tighter on the driver's side, but you can see how much humped up it is. It's probably about 4 inches up. So I have this one out of the 80 cab, but it's pretty rotted around both sides. It's rotted pretty good. And I want to put this in and make it removable, like cut it back. So I have the one out of the 75 truck, which wasn't standard shift. It was automatic, so there's no hole in here. But the earlier trucks, they bolted in, and that one has some rust damage, but it's got most of the original bolt-in flange. So I've got that at the sandblaster with the frame. And oh, that's another tale of woe. If you saw the video where I had the paint failure, I had the frame all sandblasted mint. It was sandblasted perfect. Put some Eastwood Fast Etch on it. Had an issue with the Eastwood Fast Etch and the Eastwood Rust Encapsulator. They got wet and reacted. It ruined the whole thing. I had to send it back out and get it re-sandblasted and primed, and it was like $1,200. Still really upset about it. Not going to go there. But anyways, so that's why the frame is not here. We're not building the chassis right now. That's still at the blaster. Side story. Don't get me going. So the bolt-in hump's there with the frame getting sandblasted. So that'll come back. And then when I got that, I'll be able to lay this out. I'll probably have to make some kind of flange or something. But the hump needs to get cut out of this cab floor and have the standard transmission four-wheel drive hump put in. You know, this is where the transfer case shifter, here's one right here. The transfer case shifter would go here. You know, actually about here-ish. It sticks up quite a ways. And shift your transfer case, and then the 4-speed shifter will go here. So I got to demo the automatic pedal out. I'm hoping when I compare the two cabs, I hope the standard shift clutch pedal will fit right in here. I got to cut a hole in the firewall here for the clutch rod. It goes through. There's an oval hole with a rubber boot. I got to cut that in there. So I want to start working on the cab here a little bit. This is the original color from the brown truck. This is actually in nice shape, the Sunfire Brown Metallic. It's brown with like gold metallic in it. So I want to paint the inside of the cab, well, the whole cab, inside and out. I'll get a couple of quarts of this or a gallon of it or something, and just Scotch-Brite it. I'm not going to fix any dents or do anything else besides swap the roof skin, but just scuff this whole thing down, shoot it the right color so it matches the truck. And I usually wouldn't do that. I would just throw things together in different colors, but I kind of want this truck to be all the same color when I put it together. I was going to go a ratty like muscle truck look from like Roadkill where they got 16 different colors, but I have most original color on it and going to be running the original box sides and stuff, and I think I'll make it one color, I guess. So got to do that, so that's another thing to work on. Okay, it's the next day, and I've got the cab stripped out. I took all the brackets, everything, the little wire for the lights out. Everything's out of the cab, so I can clean it up and start getting ready to paint. I even took out the light back here. You can see this cab was originally this yellow creamish color. And the next step, a little nervous, is to take the glass out. Now I wanted to leave the windshield in this thing because I didn't want to break it. But unfortunately, I don't know if I can show you right this second, but up under the, maybe you can see it there. Can you see it? There's a screw. The dash, top of the dash screws under the rubber of the windshield into the cowl. And the guy I got this from just broke the plastic around the bolts and took it out. But the 80 dash is, I believe, metal where it screws in there, so there's no way to like just wad it up in there. So I got to pull the glass out. And I want to take the back window out anyways because I want to put my slider window in. So I was planning on taking that out. That shouldn't be a big deal, but I'm really kind of nervous about the windshield. I went on the Dodge forums, and apparently the way to do this is these windshields have just a rubber gasket. They're not glued in like newer cars. And there's this T-lock molding here that's pretty hard. This one used to be chrome. Here the chrome's all gone, but it's plastic. My brown truck, has just a black one in there. But you pull this out all the way around. That's what locks the windshield into the rubber. And then you take a razor blade, and in the slot, cut the rubber carefully and peel this upper section of rubber off. And that will allow the windshield to kind of come out. So I cleaned the glass up because it was filthy the other day. I cleaned that up just to help me get out. This windshield is good. There's no like stone marks in it. It's a little fogged around the edges, which I don't mind. The big bummer is it's got 2 wiper scratches right on the driver's side, right where you look through. But I mean, it is what it is. I also have to pull the windshield out of my brown truck because to get the dash out, obviously the windshield got to get out. That windshield's got significant fogging all the way around it, but there's not a scratch. But I'll probably use this windshield. I have a glass guy who's going to have to put it back in on the new gasket for me. I don't really want to just replace the windshield just because, I mean, these scratches are minor and maybe they can be buffed on a little bit. So I'm going to try to get it out without breaking it, obviously. So I've loosened up the plastic, pulled it out, and I'm just going to pull this out of the glass. Oh, it just broke. I'm going to carefully pull this out of the glass, out of the rubber, I mean. And it's breaking as we go. Great. But this is going to be fun to try to get this windshield out. And we have to be very careful. Then I got to stick it somewhere where it's not going to get broke, which is hard for me because I got limited space to store. Hold on, I need safety glasses. The plastic is sharding off and it just hit me in the eyeball. All right, here we go. Plastic in the eyeballs is always good. So, yeah, this thing is super brittle and junk. You can hear it breaking and cracking. The rubber is actually, it's pretty, I'm going to get a new gasket, obviously, because I'm going to cut it, but this rubber is a little, it's kind of stiff, and, you know, who knows how good it's sealing. It could be leaking. I don't know. Obviously, I haven't driven this truck, but we'll get a new windshield gasket. Man, this thing, whoa, easy now. Let's not get too carried away. This thing is super brittle. I'm sure the glass guy can get, I don't want the chrome one in it. I want the black rubber one in it. The black rubber one in the other truck, hopefully that'll come out without breaking like that did. That, like I said, used to be chrome. And I don't want the chrome. I just want it plain Jane. Where's my rag? So that was exciting. So now, this rubber is somewhat pliable. Ooh, it is pliable. I I can see the glass. So when you're installing this, I think you put the rubber on the glass and then they use like a wire or whatever to suck it in there. But people on the internet said to get this glass out without breaking it, just cut the rubber. So that's what we're going to try. I got a razor blade here. And I'm going to try to cut the rubber without hurting the glass. Might be easier said than done, we'll see. We can sneak in like that. Yeah, there we go. Actually, if I can just tear it, this rubber is kind of brittle, just tear it off of here like this, then the glass is still being held from the back side. It's sitting on the rubber, but if I can peel the outside like this off, it'll then I'll just push the glass right out and it'll come right off, because this is tearing pretty easily. Until we get to the corner like that. I like that. Okay, this is the moment of truth. I got all the rubber cut off that should be on the outside of the windshield, and I'm just going to lightly try to coax it. Should want to go. I see it wiggling. This probably would have made sense to do with two people, but you know. Okay, it's coming. Oh, yes. Yes, there we go. Okay, hold still. That's how you do it right there. Bam! Now, I don't have a place to set this down. Son of a gun! Why did I do that? Oh, crap. Well, shoot. Hold on a minute. Man, that was nerve-wracking. So now the gasket should just, here we go, pull it right out of there. Boom. Now there's little 5/16 screws that hold the dash, and the guy that I got this cab from just broke the dash out from under him, under the windshield. Whew, there we go. Now I can clean all this rubber up out of here, and then when I paint this, I'll paint it right around, you know, like factory. Ooh, there was a screw down here. What was that screw for? Oh, the cowl. There's 2 screws in the cowl here to hold the cowl band, the cowl cover on. Which they must just be to slide under it, but well, anyways, there we go. Now I can clean all this up, this edge all up, you know, and just paint it. It'll make it a lot nicer installation. All right, I'm trying to get the back window out now, and I'm trying to do a trick. You stick, I didn't have rope, but I had this wire. Try to stick it in the rubber and get the rubber to help roll around here. I've got it like in here, if you can see that, trying to get the rubber going. But this rubber is old and it's really hard and it's really stiff. I looked up the price for new rear gaskets, like 40 bucks. And I've been struggling this off camera for, I don't know, 45 minutes trying to jam that piece of wire in there and pull it off. I think I'm going to do the same thing I did the windshield, just take the razor blade, the utility knife, and just cut the rubber on the back side here, right in the center, and then just push the window into the truck, because I would have a new piece of rubber anyways. There's no sense saving this old one. Let me continue to cut the rubber, then should be able to pull the glass right out of it. That's got to be close to coming out. Oh, here we go. Come on. It's like right there. Oh! Oh! Man, that flexed that glass a lot. I saw it flex when that went. Wow. That would have been... Man, this is super thin. It's got to be tempered safety glass, but a lot thinner than I thought it was going to be. That was right on the edge of breaking. That was nuts. But I'm glad I got that out. I got some rust. Got some rust. Got some rust on my seam. Ooh, quite a bit. I'm gonna have to clean that up and treat it. All right, so I jumped ahead a little bit here. I'm all dusty. I've been sanding with a DA. I cleaned up the window the best I could. I hit it with the grinder, cleaned the scale off. I'm going to take rust encapsulator. I'm going to paint this. But as you can see, in the back of this cab, obviously the original color was the yellow, like I've showed you before, the cream, whatever. And then they primered it with gray primer and then painted it white. So the paint's pretty thick. And there was a huge line where they taped it around the window. So I took the DA and I just sanded it back. This isn't going to be a show quality paint job or anything by any stretch of the imagination, because this truck is banged up. There's a bunch of little dings in it here, which I'm not going to fix. I'm just going to paint over them. That's right, I said it. I'm going to paint over them, because this thing's just going to be a beater work truck on top and look for like the patina look. So, me and DD Speed Shop, we're all about doing the rough stuff here. I don't have time for shiny crap, neither does he, apparently. So this is going to be what it is, rough and ready. So I just hit it with a DA to smooth this up. It was real rough. I'm going to sand it with 320 afterwards when I get to paint it. But there's dings here, there's scratches, there's a bunch of other stuff. But I just want to get the window channel fixed up, because I don't want it rusting below the rubber. So like I said, I hit that good. I'm going to take the encapsulator and paint all this rust. It'll slow it down for the most part. But, yeah, I got the inside of it too, so I'm going to brush touch that up. I really want to get the roof skin cut off and see what it's looking like. I'm wondering if this is rusting, because I found some debris in the roof, like a couple of nuts, and I'm really nervous that there was a mouse nest up inside the roof. And that might be why there's surface rust over there, or pinholes, or whatever that is. And then there's some rust on the seam. I'm real nervous that there's mouse nests in there. So I definitely want to get the roof skin cut off. But like I said, I don't want to do it until I cut the roof off the old cab first, just so I don't screw myself and ruin my good cab. So I'm going to hold off on that. I'm going to get out the rust encapsulator, touch up this rust. And I'm just going to hand sand the rest of the cab down, get it all smoothed up, for paint eventually. Like I said, it's not going to be pretty. It'll look good from afar, but the rest of the truck is original paint. The hood, the front fenders, the doors, all that stuff. The roof skin's going to be all original paint. Well, actually, the box sides too. and that's faded. I'm going to try to get some like shine juice and rub it out with maybe Vice Grip Garage. It's got new shine juice he just released. I might get some of that and put some, shine it up. But this is going to be a patina truck with warts and dings and stuff, just because it would take forever to straighten the body out and make it mint. And I don't like shiny stuff. I want to run rough trucks that, you know, the whole underside will be brand new pretty much, and the top will look old. And so I like beater junk that works good. So anyways, I'm going to apply some encapsulator, like I said, and then I'm just going to work on, I'll probably work on the floor here, take my needle scaler and scale all this up, and I'm going to start treating this. And I got to clean the residue off around the windshield where the gasket was up here. There you can see the original color, then the white that was applied. But I'm going to clean a lot of this up, just kind of get it prepped and ready for paint. All right, it's a little later in the night. You guys are going to see this in the separate video. Look at this. I busted out my Eastwood SCT. I bought this over a year ago, and I was going to do a tool review on it, and I just never got around to it. Guess what? We're doing it right now. We're going to use it in the truck. I did a whole separate video unboxing and all that stuff. So if you want to go check that out, it's going to be before or after this. I don't know. Who's running the show here? I guess I am, but anyways, I've got the tool out, and I'm using it to strip some rust action on the floor. I've already started here. You can see I've cleaned up some where it's shiny, and I'm going to keep on it. I'll probably put you on fast motion there, and I'm just going to hit a lot of the loose rust and knock some of this off, and we'll go from there. Okay, well, that cleaned up pretty decent, I'd say, with the Eastwood SCT. So now I can treat this area for rust. Sandblasting it would be the best option. I'm gonna have to just treat it with rust converter, then paint it with rust encapsulator. You can see it's got quite a few pits here. It's not through yet. There's one little pinhole here. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna seam seal that. The rest of it is pretty intact. Eventually, if I can slow it down, the underside is real nice. So if I'm going to paint this, the converter, then I'm going to Herculine, the Herculiner bed liner material all in through here. So it should keep moisture off it. So hopefully it won't rust, but eventually I might need to put a floor pan in this side. But yeah, speaking of floor pans, how about a roof pan? I did it. I went and I cut the skin off the brown truck. And if you look up here, I've drawn my cut line. This is going to get real serious real fast, but guess what? Not this video. You got to come back next time. I've done enough in this one. We're cutting this roof skin off. We're going to fit that roof skin on it. Probably paint the inside because the brown truck was rusty under there. I found a mouse nest in it, and I'm thinking there might be a mouse nest in this roof. You're going to want to check it out. Make sure you come back. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time cutting the roof off this thing. It's going to be exciting. Will I ruin it? Who knows? It's only metal. I got a welder. So we'll see you, bam, next time here at the Quick Speed Shop. I'm a professional. Don't try this at home.